guys, and welcome to this week's episode of Facebook Friday. My name is Eric Hammond of the Orange Stack, and I appreciate you guys joining us every Friday morning as we go into how to build your business as a real estate agent, as just to rock yourself in the real estate industry. So whatever part of the real estate world that you're in, we're happy to have you here, and thanks for following along. This is a different background, and I don't think I've ever done a show without my orange shades on. So we're actually traveling. I'm in Utah this week, and last night I had the opportunity to speak to a real estate investor meeting about building your brand online. And so if you're there last night, thanks for coming. Really appreciate you. And if you're watching the show for the first time, I appreciate you being here too. So we normally do the show live every single Friday morning, 10 a.m. Pacific time. We're a little early. My schedule's off today, but I'm happy that you're here. Hey, Eric, thanks for being here this week. Appreciate it. So today we're talking about habits, and the last couple of weeks we've been talking about habits and patterns and really building up the momentum of the end of your year and how to project for an awesome 2019. So what are some of the habits that you have in your life? Think about those kind of things for a moment, right? What are the things that you have in your life? I want to paint this picture that we're going to talk about here and go a little bit deeper on. So maybe in the post-production, we'll actually create this circle here, but imagine a circle kind of right here. If you're watching this at your desk or somewhere where you can write, hopefully you're not driving right now, but if you're somewhere that you can watch this and write down, draw a circle in your life right now and put everything in the circle right now that you have, right? It could be material possessions, it could be cars, it could be houses, it could be rental properties, it could be assets that you own, whatever it is. Everything that you have right now in your life, put it inside that circle, okay? It could even be emotions, right? It could be positivity, it could be a knowledge that you have, it could be books that you've read, it could be personality traits that you have, whatever it is. Just put everything that you think that you have, take some time to do this, and put it in that circle, okay? So now that you have that done, outside of the circle, think about all the things that you want. Think about all the things that you don't have yet, that you're trying to accomplish, that you're trying to get to. So if you have, let's say you have a starter home, a 2-bedroom house that you love, but you're like, man, we're having more kids, or we're doing something, or I want a bigger yard, or I want that pool or something else, put that bigger house outside that circle. Maybe you're driving around a Honda and you want to drive around a Bentley or a Mercedes or something else, right? Some other thing that you don't have yet, put that car that you want outside of that circle. Maybe there's a job that you don't have yet, or a certain amount of houses that you haven't sold yet, or character traits in your life, or habits that you don't have yet, right? Think about the things that you don't have and put them outside that circle. So the question is what does this circle represent? Any ideas? The circle that you have written out, that maybe will be here later as you watch the show post-production, represents your comfort level, where you are right now, okay? So everything inside that circle is within your comfort level. Everything. The house that you have, the car that you drive, the job that you have, the way that you live your life, it's all within your comfort level. So how do you accomplish all these things that are outside of your circle? You've got to stretch the circle. You have to stretch your comfort level. Okay? So you have to make your comfort level bigger to acquire the things that you're trying to accomplish in this life. Last night, we talked about building your brand online, about building your brand on social media, about doing more with social media. And it was interesting. I was talking to Matt Atkinson last night, the UV-RIA president, and he said, how do you think it went? And I said, well, it's interesting talking to a group that has 20-year-olds and 70-year-olds in the same room and how to apply everything to them in social media and make it work for everybody, right? Because everyone's in a different place and everyone's doing things differently. And one of the things that I told you guys to do afterwards was to be more comfortable with doing live things like this, be doing more video, more audio, more podcast type things, more just putting yourself out there on a daily basis. When I started this show, it was a little intimidating, kind of scary going live, knowing that people are watching me and my blenders and everything about it. But what happened is I got more comfortable with it, right? My circle stretched. Doing a live video like this used to be outside of that circle, way outside of that circle, and it wasn't something I was comfortable with, but I stretched my circle and I did things that were uncomfortable to accommodate what I was trying to accomplish in life. So to stretch your circle and to accomplish that one habit in your life that'll probably change your life forever, I would say this is to do something uncomfortable that you've never done every single day of your life. Because every day, by doing something more and more uncomfortable, it's going to stretch that circle bigger and bigger and bigger. It might be doing live videos like this. It might be picking up the phone and calling leads. It might be door knocking. It might be talking to strangers as you see them in restaurants. It might be putting yourself out there in ways that you've never considered before. It might be reading books that you've never read before, or living your life in a certain way that you're just not used to, right? It's doing things that you've never done before. And what that's going to do, again, is it's going to put you in new places that you've never been. It's going to cause your mind to stretch. It's going to stretch that circle and start to incorporate the things that you don't have in your life. So guys, I would push you to find something super uncomfortable today. Today's Friday, it's Facebook Friday. Today's Friday. Go find something today that you can do before the end of today. If you're watching this tomorrow, make it tomorrow. But go find something that you can do by the end of today that's going to push you, that's going to be a little bit scary, that's going to say, man, by the time I accomplish this, I'm going to feel good about myself. I'm going to be happy with the results that I took today because I did something that was uncomfortable, but it pushed me to do something else. And eventually, all these things that you want are going to be inside that circle. And now you're going to have even more things outside that circle that you want to accomplish. So you got to keep doing these hard things every single day. And after a year of doing this, you'll have done 365 challenging things that you've never done before. And you'll look back to this day and you'll think, man, I used to be so afraid of door knocking or calling or going live on social media or whatever it is. And in a year from now, you're going to say, how easy is this? I've done so many shows and I've done so many door knockings and I've called so many people. It's not a challenge anymore. And you're going to have to find new things that intimidate you, new things that are scary. And it's going to push you to an even greater level than you ever thought possible, ever than you were today. So guys, the habit that I would cause you to do is to go do something that's uncomfortable for you. Go figure it out. Go see where it is. Post below in the comments some of the things that are outside of your circle, things that you're trying to accomplish. It could be cards, it could be temporal stuff, but go find the things maybe that aren't purchased with a check, right? There are going to be habits and patterns in your life that you're trying to accomplish. Is it door knocking? Is it the ability to talk to anybody? Is it the ability to have great conversation with people that you've never met before? Whatever it is, go post some things in the comments. I'd love to see what you guys are trying to work on that are outside your circle. And maybe we can give you some feedback on some things that you can go do that are scary and intimidating to help you get to that next level. Guys, I really appreciate you being here every single Friday morning as we do this show. And if you want to go watch some of our other content, there's a link in the description below to sign up for our newsletter. Each month we give away a book, a business book that will probably do something fun for your life. We've done a lot of Gary Vaynerchuk books lately, but maybe we'll switch to something else. But we want to give you guys some content to read. So join our newsletter, get these great videos, and I really appreciate you being here each week. So guys, thanks for following along, and we'll see you next week.